So let's go to the next one. If they were angry, they wouldn't be here anymore. So then you could tell another joke. But no, I'm just going to keep going. This is going to be the fourth. So now we're on a 5-note away perfect fourth. So this 4 represents the 4th position relative to the scale. And this 5 represents how many notes away it is. So when I say it's a 5-note away, don't mistake that for saying it's the 5th. It's not the 5th, it's the 4th, but it's a 5-note away perfect 4th. The fact that it's a perfect 4th means that it's typically the same on all of the mode. I mean, on all the mode, meaning it's going to be the same on the major scale and the minor scale at the least. And most of the modes also have a perfect 4th. So you're okay to play a perfect 4th interval on basically every note in here, in essence, except the Lydian, which has an augmented, so has an augmented 4th on it. I believe all the other ones have a perfect 4th. So we want to know this one well, although it's not in our normal chord construction because it's an even number and our chord constructions always skip every other number. So we have to have a different naming construction. So it's going to be the 1, 3, 5, and then it goes to the 7, which is the last note in a scale. And then we have the 9 instead of the 2 because we don't call it a 2 because you need to be odd to be in this group. So you have to be a 9. And then we have the 11, which is equivalent to the 4. So that's what we're on now. So we can call it then a 5-note away perfect 4th or a 5-note away perfect 11th from the standpoint of chord construction. We have to memorize both of those names so that we don't name it the wrong thing in the wrong place, right? If you call it the wrong thing, at its job environment, then they'll kick him out. They'll kick him out of the job because because he's not in the proper classification to qualify for the hiring to match the quotas that were put in place for the for the thing. So we have to be an odd one to fit in there. All right. So in any case, we're gonna say that let's say if we go on the same string, we go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I go from the C to the F, that's a 5-note away perfect 4th. All right, let's go above it now. If I go above it, I'm going to look for the inverse distance. So a 5-note away perfect 4th or 5-note away perfect 11th has an inverse distance of 12 minus 5 or 7. And that's useful to know because it's the 7-note away perfect 5th and the 5-note away perfect 4ths are inverted. So those are easy to kind of memorize because the other ones are a little bit more difficult, you'll note, because all of the majors have an inverse distance of a minor and so on and so forth, whereas the perfects are inverses of each other, and there's only really 2 of them if you don't count the perfect first, which has an inverse of itself, which doesn't really count, really, because that's like the same thing. So the perfect 4th, the 5-note away perfect 4th inverse is the 7-note away perfect 5th. That makes sense. All right. So then I have to look for a distance of 7. So it's going to be -5, and then this way 6, 7. Counting it out from here, -5, 6, 7. If I went from top to bottom, you'd get a 7-note away perfect 5th. If I went from the C up to the F, 5-note away perfect 4th. So that means if I go up 1 string, the 5-note away perfect 4th or 5-note away perfect 11 is 2 frets back unless I cross the fault line, which would only happen on the B string, in which case, let's go out here just a touch. If I was on this C and I go up 1 string, it's going to be further back because the root note has been shifted up because this tectonic plate has shifted up. So the rule is if I go up 1 string, the 5-note away perfect 4th, which could also be called the 5-note away perfect 11, is 2 frets back unless I cross the fault line, which would only happen on the B string, in which case if I go up 1 string and cross the fault line, the 5-note away perfect 4th, which could also be called the 5-note away perfect 11th, is 3 frets back. Okay, hopefully I said that correctly. I feel like I messed something up, but no, I think that's right. think I said it right. I'm not going to second guess myself. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing, Wyatt. Okay. No, you don't. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, whatever. Let's go. I don't know where that came from. Let's focus. Focus, dang it. All right. Let's say we go up 2 strings. We're looking for a 5-note-away perfect fourth, which has an inverse distance of 12 minus 5, which is 7. 7-note distance, -5, -10, and then -9, 9, 8, 7. Boom. Let's do that from here. -5, -10, -9, 8, 7. So if I went from the top to the bottom, that would be a 7-note-away perfect fifth. If I went from bottom to top, therefore, that would be a 5-note-away perfect fourth. That means that if I go up 2 strings, the 5-note-away perfect fourth is 3 frets forward unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on the B or the E string, in which case if I was on like this one and I went up 2 strings, then I would be going out to here. And it would be a closer distance. Why? Because the root note has now shifted forward, making it a tighter distance, so less of a reach. So that means if I go up 2 strings, the 5-note-away perfect fourth, which could also be called the 5-note-away perfect 11th, is going to be 3 frets forward unless I cross the fault line, which would only happen on the B or the E string, the bottom 2 strings, in which case if I go up 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 5-note-away perfect fourth, which could also be called the 5-note-away perfect 11th, is going to be 2 frets forward. You see how I try to cram as much information in my practice as possible, and I try to actually say it because that helps me. Maybe some people learn differently or whatever, but I feel like if you actually repeat that, like the words are important, you know, like the definitions are important. Don't let the deconstructivist tell you different, that they're going to redefine the thing. No, I know what the words mean. I know what the words mean. And if you have a different definition, we clarify that before we start arguing about things. Otherwise, you just go around in circle redefining terms, and it makes me want to smack you because it's like, that's ridiculous. All right, I'm not, now you're getting violent. Now you're getting violent. Put him in jail. Okay, no, I don't actually want to smack anyone. I was just saying, where's the social media police? Get this guy's threatening to smack people. Okay. I'm calm now. It was just passing aggression. All right, let's go up 3 strings. And we're looking for the 5-note-away perfect fourth, which has an inverse distance of 7 notes. 12 minus 5 is 7. So -5, -10, -15, we can bring that down. 15 minus 12 would be -3. And then 3 going back would be 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's count that up here. -5, -10, -15. 15 minus 12 is 3. And then 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I went from top to bottom, that would be a 7-note-away perfect fifth. Bottom to top would be therefore a 5-note-away perfect fourth. So if I go up 3 strings, then the 5-note-away perfect fourth is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back, unless I cross the fault line, which of course would happen on the B or the E string. So let's go out here to that C out here. I could do this one without having to. Let's go to this one, and let's say we went up 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, and then we go back to here. Now it's going to be a longer distance because this tectonic plate shifted to the right. So the rule is, if I go up 3 strings, the 5-note-away perfect fourth will be 1, which could also be called the 5-note-away perfect 11th, will be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back unless I cross the fault line, in which case, which would only happen on the B and the E string, in which case if I go up 1, 2, 3 strings and cross the fault line, the 5-note-away perfect fourth, which could also be called the 5-note-away perfect 11th, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back. Whew. Makes perfect sense. All right, let's go down. This should be easier. We'll go down this time, right below it. So now I'm going to go down below it, and we're looking for right here. So 5 note away, perfect fourth. I don't need to look for the inverse distance. It's just going to be a distance of 5 notes away because I'm going below it. And we cross the fault line. So this is the only time I would go down one string and cross the fault line. So this is the oddball interval, or at least shape, odd shape, same interval. So it would be 5 notes away would be right there because I crossed the fault line. So if I look at it this way, boom, boom. So that would be a 5 note away perfect fourth. So the 5 note away perfect fourth, if I go down one string and cross the fault line, is 1 fret forward. But normally I wouldn't cross the fault line even if I was on this bottom tectonic plate, right? I wouldn't cross the fault line here or up here. It's only on this G string that I do cross the fault line. So normally, if I go down one string, the 5 note away perfect fourth would be on the same fret unless I cross the fault line, which only happens on the G string, which I happen to be on when I'm measuring from this particular C, in which case, if I go down one string and cross the fault line, the 5 note away perfect fourth, which could also be called the 5 note away perfect 11, is 1 fret forward. See how that, let's do one more time. One more round. I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no bell. I only stop when bells are ringing. Why? Because that's when the lunch happens. Because my mouth starts watering because they trained me to eat stuff when bells ring. Let's go down two here. All right, so now I'm going to go down 2, and we're going to say we're looking for the 5 note away perfect fourth. So it's going to be 5 and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Counting it out this way, we'll say 5, 10, and then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Boom. So we're looking from here. So that means if I go down 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 5 note away perfect fourth is 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back. I wouldn't cross the fault line if I was on either the E or the B string, or the E or the A string. So if I was like up here and I went down 2 strings, then I wouldn't cross the fault line. And then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back. So the general rule is if I go down 3 strings, then the 5 note away perfect fourth, which could also be called the 5 note away perfect 11, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back, which is just reachable. But if I cross the fault line, which would happen on the G or the B string while I go down 2 strings and cross the fault line, then the 5 note away perfect fourth, which could also be called the 5 note away perfect 11th, will only be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back. All right, that's the general rule. We're going to move on to the 7, the 9, 11 next time. I'm sorry, to the 5, 6, and 7, which could be called the 5, 13, and 7, because again the evens have 2 names. They're living 2 lives, man. They're living 2 lives. Why? Because that's what society forces them to do it. If they want to live, if they want to feed themselves and get a job, they have to live the two lives as a chord construction when they go to work, versus like when they're not at work and then they have the even. That's what they were, and that's how it works. So we'll do that next time.